Howdy, practical patriots and practical preppers. Gross South Texas. Hey, folks, Giant Practical Nurse. Let me get my hat off my head. Whoops, you okay, baby? I don't know how well you can see her, but thank you all so very much for, let's not fly away here, okay? Thank you all so very much for your information and your links and everything to help me take care of. I'm calling her Peepers right now because that's what she does a lot. I have noticed that if I step away from her also, she'll make a different kind of noise. Again, folks, thank you all so much for the links and everything that's helped me take good care of her, okay? I'm going to try to put her back in her little cage over here. Just want to bring her out with me while I do this video and let y'all see she's doing really well. They're kind of ugly, aren't they? When they're first born, you know? Only a parent can love, but, you know, I consider myself a parent. But anyway, let me just put her back and let y'all, you know, talk to you about what's going on today. You know, a lot of people have asked me lately, folks, about why I haven't done any shooting videos or any testing videos lately. Well, if you just look behind me, we are in a huge state of drought here in Central Texas. So much that I don't know if it's mandatory or if they're just asking us, but they're telling us very politely to not do anything such as have open fires or grills. Nothing that causes a spark, to include welding, you know, cutting rebar, chop saw, or shooting, pretty much for that matter. So I am being a good person in my community, and I'm not doing it lately, and that's the only reason why, folks. That's the only reason why. There is, let's just say, in the last couple of weeks, I've had people kind of ramp up some of their donations towards me. People don't give me money or anything like that, folks, but they give me items to test, and I tell them that if I test something, I bet you Mr. Guns and Gear never wakes up worrying about this. I kind of dig Coda Boy style also, Coda Boy 32, something I think is awesome. Yeah, I tell people, if you want me to test something, there's a couple of stipulations that I have. You know, first of all, folks, it's got to be fair and honest, okay? Fair and honest. What you see is what it is. I don't edit, I don't doctor the videos or anything like that. It is what it is. I will use NIJ standards for testing everything if I can find it. If not, then I'm going to revert to what I call real world testing, okay? As in things that I've seen, folks, as a volunteer nurse, helping out with disasters and being in the military and having other veterans come and talk to me, because we kind of like to hang out here and kind of talk about what we've seen, and it's kind of therapy for us. Just coming out here and hanging out sometimes is good therapy. Things that we've seen, folks, and mind you, I try to base a lot of what I'm showing you on my personal experiences, on experiences of other people, be it law enforcement, veterans, whatever the case may be, civilians that actually have had to defend themselves. And also I use historical facts. For example, I love it when someone comes up to me and I saw that product you used and it was a piece of junk, blah, blah, blah. I did it. Okay. This is what I tell people, and if you just open a history book and read it, and you don't have to go back very far. Those of us that have dads, you know, grandparent, whatever that was in Vietnam War, ask them what they found on Viet Cong soldiers, guerrillas, whatever you want to call it. For canteens, they were using Coke bottles or Pepsi bottles with a cork and a string wrapped around it. Slings, anything fancy? Nope, they were using, I want to say it was like some kind of a, like they were using reeds, and they kind of wove them together to make sandal straps, firearm slings, the whole nine. You would be amazed what improvisation will get you. One person that I think the world of, folks, is Prepper Princess. Use what you got. You're awesome. You're awesome, Prepper Princess. Totally dig your videos. I just think that, folks, that when we talk about gear and people come out and say, well, that thing did it. No. Folks, again, it's what works for you. There is no one solid answer for every scenario. It's got to be you. And that is why I tell people, when you get your gear, you may find yourself, depending on your situation, what you're doing or whatever, you may find yourself changing it around a little bit. So when people ask me, Johnny, should I trade this firearm for that? I'm like, are you happy with it? Does it do what you need it to do? Do you want to trade it because you're trying to save money in the cost of the new firearm? Or is it something, you know, that you can keep and get that extra one? Whatever, not just firearm, but for whatever prep that may be, okay? Just something to think about. Another thing, 5,000 subs, whoop. I need to come up with a giveaway And I want it to be something, folks, that I put together myself. So I thought about putting together one of my own personal IFAK kits and having a drawing for that. Tell me what y'all think. That's just something that 5,000, thank goodness. And this is what I tell people. I'd rather have 5,000 people who get it as opposed to 15,000 with only 5,000 that get it and 10,000 trolls, okay? Because for those of you who don't know, if I catch people putting racist comments, hate comments, or anything like that, out they go, out they go. No, you don't want that in your group, do you? I don't mind a little bit of friendly debate. I don't mind disagreeing because we're going to agree to disagree. My situation may be totally different from yours, you know, where you live, the whole 9 yards. I live here in Central Texas. We're going through this drought, so guess what? I can't do any shooting. Now, I mentioned folks that bring things for testing, folks. Again, I will tell you this. It's got to be fair and honest. It's got to, I will use NIJ standards. When I can't find NIJ standards, it's going to revert back to real world. I'm going to sit there and just blow the cork off this. I know for a fact, because of an incident that happened to me, that, and I'm not blaming anybody, I'm not pointing fingers or anything like that, but I'm just going to tell you this. I know for a fact that some of the results that you may see, not on my channel, but on other channels, are stacked. How do I know this? Because I got an email, and folks, I wish I had the editing tools to show it to you. I blocked their name out, you know, probably just for being fair, you know, because I think this was let me just tell you what happened. Got an email. All of you know I've tested armor in the past, and I put an open invitation for any armor company to send me a plate for free, of course. I'm not going to pay for it. I'm not in the budget for that. I got to feed kids and stuff, okay? I got to take care of my farm and my animals. For free. You send me a plate for free, and I'll test it. I will use NIJ standard, and again, fair and honest, okay? Real world testing. You want to know how many since I blew up those some of those plates that nobody sent? How many that was sent to me? Zero. Zero. Okay. Now, those of you that passed, awesome job. I'll buy your plates any day. But I'm not going to do it, folks. Okay. I'm not. You know, none. No one sent me any. Now, however, private individuals, be what they may, have sent me a few items that we're going to test later on. Okay. Once we get some rain again. Once it's safe to shoot and that hot brass hits that ground, it will not start a fire. Okay? Sent from private individuals, and I'll leave it at that. Their stipulation, they gave me a few stipulations, and I'm like, it's got to be my stipulations, folks. Fair, honest, okay? That's the first and foremost things. Now, this is an old Kevlar helmet, all right? Nothing fancy, as you can tell. Nothing fancy. Okay, we're going to test this against common calibers. Okay, now folks, again, part of my thing also is it's got to be, like Prepper Princess says, use what you got. Okay, so we're going to do that. So those of you who, those of us who are AR fans, those of us who are Kalashnikov fans, be it 7.62 by 39 or 545 by 39, yeah, we're going to test that. Okay, we're going to test that. Some of you all have been sending me emails, folks, and I'm going to sit there and tell you right now, I'm going to apologize up front. I haven't really had a lot of time to get to them, but I've discovered some that, because of my server or whatever, that were really old. One of them was a question about how do I feel about MREs, and is there better alternatives? Yeah, we're going to talk about that, okay? We will talk about that. Getting back to the use what you got, folks, ask any one of the, you know, my day, folks, of the military was like Grenada, Panama, the first Gulf War. That was my days, but talk to some of these younger veterans out there and ask them when they had to deal with guerrilla insurgents, terrorists, whatever the case may be, what they were using. Were we actually going against a well-armed, you know, standing army? Yes. Were we going against insurgents, terrorists, guerrillas? Yes. Okay. There's a reason why I'm getting to all this, okay? But, again, folks, that's what's going on. That's why I can't do any shooting videos for y'all. I can't do a lot of testing that requires, you know, fire, spark, or anything. I just want to let you all know what's going on because I got hit with that question several times in the last 2 weeks. If you didn't know, folks, I am done with my Trauma Nurse Core course. That is a huge stress off my shoulders. Those of us nurses that take it, we're emergency room nurses, and we will tell you this. It is 2 days of an intensive lecture and hands-on, escalating to about 2 hours of hell. Okay, so it's a credentialing we only have to have every 4 years. If I do the math, I only have to take it 2 more times before I retire, folks. Okay, even I will have my day. The sun shines in my day, and it will go down. And this is a common expression I have with my shooting buddies. And this is just what I think about how I feel about freedom and liberty and the preservation of thereof. Okay? Couple of things. Number one, if I ever fall and I am trying to defend people, okay, against oppression and evil, I hope, just like in that movie The Patriot, up it goes, somebody catches it, keeps fighting. Okay? Also, if you're a patriot and you're a prepper and you believe in freedom and you will fight against evil and oppression, I am proud, and I will always be proud to call you my brother or my sister. Okay? Folks, one of the reasons I will not stack the deck, okay, that email that was sent to me, if you give us a positive review, you buy a plate and give us a positive review, we will give you a percentage of our sales. I will not do that. Let me make that very clear. I'm a registered nurse. I'm not wealthy, but I am blessed, okay? And once they take in medical insurance, taxes out of my check, and half of it's gone, but I do okay. So I don't need that, folks. I don't need that, and nor will I accept it. Will I accept free items for testing? Yes, I will. Stack the deck knowing full well that I'm sitting there saying something that may not be true. I can understand mistakes, but deliberately saying something that isn't true, not going to do it. Because you may depend on that piece of equipment. You, my friends, my family, be it through blood, Jeff Donner, okay, adopted, Eric, you know, whatever the case may be, okay, whatever, I'm not going to put that on the line. I'm not going to put you at risk for that. We clear where I stand, folks? That's who I am. I am Johnny the Practical Nurse. Until I see y'all again, questions, comments, anything you all want to know, please don't stop those emails. DonnerMusic@yahoo.com. Delta Oscar, November, Echo, Romeo, Mike, Uniform, Sierra, India, Kilo @yahoo.com. Okay? One of these days I may even get a phone or something like that and just give you all the number. All right, anyway, until I see y'all again, I'm Johnny the Practical Nurse. Many blessings. Hold on, I got to do this one more time. Just a second. Just for the cuteness factor, okay? Just for the cuteness factor. There's little peepers, okay? All right, till I see y'all again, Johnny the Practical Nurse, out here.